أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين أبي القاسم محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين. First of all, I would like to thank Allah for giving us the opportunity, a chance to visit His house and to be in His presence. It is a great bounty, a great boon that we have been granted, and we should be smitten, we should be appreciative, and we should be thankful to Allah for this great chance that He has given us. We are going to be conducting the Umrah class, and in this class I will be going through the things that we need to do for Umrah to get ready for it. We are going to do the rules and regulations regarding Umrah. We are going to go through the logistics of our journey and our trip. By the end of this class, you should be prepared to go through the journey of Umrah both in Mecca and Medina. So let us start right away so that we can go through it. First of all, before we even leave for Umrah, there are certain things we have to do and take care of before we go to the house of Allah. There's a checklist. There should be a preparation before we go. We should not just leave without getting ready. Just like you would go to any invitation. Before you go there, you get yourself ready. You get yourself prepared. So we are going to go through certain things that a person must do in order to get ready to go for Umrah. Checklist. Number 1, a person should be in the taqleed of one of the maraji. Any marja, whether it is Ayatollah Sistani, Ayatollah Khamenei, any other marja, you have to be in the taqleed of a marja if you yourself are not a mujtahid. Because if you were a mujtahid, then you can decipher your own rulings and you would know what to do. But if you are not a mujtahid and you don't know what to do, you must follow someone who knows and who has told you and under whose guidance you are going to perform the rituals that are there in Umrah. So you must be in the taqleed of someone. If you are, very well, and if you are not, then you need to choose a marja. So in order to do that, you can go to this website called jamimudarrisin.org. Jami al-Mudarrisin is an organization of the teachers of the Hawza who every year update the list of the people that are capable of marjaiyat or being followed. There's a list of the ulama that are there. I just gave you the heading. You can go there and you can learn about each of the maraji. They have their history there, their studies and everything that's there. So you can go there and do some research and choose a marja for yourself. So this is useful in any time. Anytime you want to ever see, you can just go to the website and this will be a good place for you to visit once in a while. All right, number 2 on our checklist is debts. In order to go to Allah, we have to be free of debts. Now, what are the debts that we are talking about? Well, when you look at debts, there are 2 types of debts. you have the debts that come with an agreement that you have made with a lender where you are going to pay off monthly installments or installments. And in cycles, you have made an agreement to pay this off, and hence that is going. So, for example, you have student loans. You have student loans, and for example, you have mortgage on your house. You mortgage your house, there's an agreement between you and the lender, and you're paying it off. As long as you're up to date, then you don't owe anything. Or, for example, car loans. When you look at car loans, same thing. Or even credit cards. When you have a credit card, there is a minimum amount of payment that is due. So, when you have these sort of loans in your hand, there's no need to worry, because as long as you're up to date, or as long as you are taking care of those payments, then you don't have a debt. That's not regarded as a debt. Loans with installments where agreements have been made, as the examples I gave you, do not count as a debt on you. Now, when we actually go, debts. Second type of debts are personal debts. These are debts that you have personally borrowed from other people, whether it is individual or whether it is some sort of a organization. If you have a personal debt, this is a burden on you. In other words, in order to go towards Allah, you have to pay off this debt. Either you have to pay it in order to go there, or you need permission. It is required that you need to get permission from the lender. Whoever gave you a loan, you need to get permission from him. That is, you need to go there and say that, listen, I'm going for Umrah. I owe you money. If you allow me, I will go. And he must allow you, and so if he allows you, then you can go for Umrah. These are things that you need to take care of before we leave. So this is a checklist for preparing ourselves to go there. And now let's talk about another type of debt, which is khums. Khums is a type of personal debt. Yes, if you didn't know that, well, now you know it, that if a person owes khums, then it is actually a personal debt he has to take care of. That's why we have hadiths regarding the acceptance of Hajj and Umrah being the payment and being up to date on khums. So must be paid off before wearing ihram. Now, when it comes to khums, you may fall in two categories regarding khums. Please follow the ruling that applies to you. Category A. You pay khums regularly and are up to date on your khums. So, in this regard, you are good to go, because the money that you're using for going for Umrah is money that has already been khumsed and taxed, and hence you are using money that is halal for you. Category B. You have not paid khums and are not up to date on your khums. So if that is the case, then you must pay your khums before wearing ihram. So now, for some people who haven't paid khums for a long time, I know it's difficult because you have to go back all those years, calculate all the money that you have earned and all the things that you have, and then you have to do that. Obviously right now it's overwhelming because we are leaving in a couple of weeks. So a solution. You can pay in order to go for Umrah, and if you haven't paid khums, if you fall into category B, then you can pay your khums on the money you're spending on the Umrah trip with the intention of paying the rest off whenever you can. Make an intention that I will pay this off, and you make this intention with Allah that Allah, I will pay off my debt to you. But right now, the money that I'm going to use, I won't pay the khums on that. You pay your khums on that. Then, for example, you bought a ticket, let's say for 1,800. I'm giving examples. The package is 1,000. Expenses there are 200. So a total of 3,000 that you're spending there on your journey. So then out of 3,000, 1/5 of that, which is 20% of that, is 600. So your khums will be 600. You give that, at least the money that you're using to go for Umrah will be halal for you to use. And hence, you might want to take care of that before you go, or none. So this is debts that you have owed to people or to Allah, right? And then, inshallah, there are some other debts that, for example, sins, and not asking forgiveness for sins is a debt. When you do a sin, it's a debt, a burden on you, and you need to ask forgiveness. So that's another type of debt. So you should do istighfar and truly repent to Allah and say, Allah, I am coming to you. I don't want anything becoming an obstacle between me and you. All right, it's time to move on, right? From the checklist, so you went through the checklist, you want to get ready because you are making this trip. And when you're making this trip and you're spending money on it and you are taking time off from your life to do this journey, then you want to make sure that it is right, that it is correct, and that it is acceptable. So let's go forward. Now, before we go there, we are going to send you the Umrah package. Yes, the Umrah package is your gift for the holidays. And it will include the guide, a guide that will help you go through all the amal and the wajib and non-wajib things. It's called the Journey of Love, and I have prepared this for the Zaireen and for the people who are going for Umrah. So I'm going to add the Umrah section to the Ziyarat section in order that you all can benefit from this. Now, books are hard to take to Saudi, as you all know. So if you want to take Mafati and this and that, there is a good chance that it is going to be thrown away into the garbage bin. So, because they know Mafatiul Janan, the people there, the Wahhabi police, already know those books. It's difficult to take those books. You can try to keep them in the luggage and hopefully, it might go through. Because I know that a lot of you are going to go to Iraq and Iran after this and you want to have that book with you. But as an alternative, you have the Journey of Love. I have put in the du'as that are necessary there and the amal that are done in different places. We have that in this book and it will be useful for you. So this won't be stopped because they won't know what this book is. It's in English and they don't read English. So this book, inshallah, will be in your Hajj package. We will give that to you. It will come there. Now, number 2, scarf. You are going to get this group scarf. This group scarf is very important. And a lot of us are families. We have children here. We must make sure that we make everyone wear the scarf. It's a neck scarf. It's not a head scarf. You wear it around the neck in order that you can be recognized. When we are going to go to the places, it is easy to recognize our people when they are wearing this scarf, because you will know that these people are a part of the group. Or even with family, when you have kids, when they wear these, it's easier not to lose them. and to keep track of them, because they will be wearing a scarf and it's very recognizable. And this is our identity. So even, for example, if you get lost or something, and if you see someone with a scarf, they can help you because you know he's a member of our group. So please, it is important. We are going to mail this out to you in the package that we're sending, and you must wear it when you come there to the airport, because when you land at the airport, that's how we will recognize you at the airport in order to get you and catch you there. You will also be getting a cinch bag. This bag is useful for going to the haram with your personal things. Now, in the haram of Makkah and Medina, you're allowed to take your iPads, your tablets, and your phones. No one stops you from that in the haram of Makkah and Medina. So you can carry those in these. There's two pockets, so you can put your phone in one pocket, your book in one pocket, and you can also keep your shoes with you, because the shoes do get lost in Makkah and Medina. Whenever you keep the shoes anywhere, they'll throw them away. Do not try to keep the shoes in any place and say that I'm just going to go in and come out. No. You need to carry your shoes with you, and this is the bag that you need to use to carry your shoes. So you have the shoes in one pocket and you have the book and your phone in the other pocket in order for you to go and do the Umrah or any other ziyarat that you may want to do. So cinch bag that is recognizable and identifiable as a group item. You also get a bag tag. Please put these bag tags on your luggage, and this will help us. Manara Travel, which is the Umrah agency that is doing our visa and arrangements there. This is a bag tag. Please put it on your bag and make sure that it can be seen, because it will be easy for us to identify our luggage when we get to the airport. Make sure that when you do put this bag on, you put some tape around it so that it doesn't come off. As you can see, it is not something that's permanent, so you might want to put some tape to reinforce the luggage tag. All right, for kids and for youngsters, you will get your scrapbook. Now, this scrapbook is the book that we created in order for youngsters and children to go through ziyarat and go through the experience of Umrah and all the holy journeys that we're taking. We want them to get the experience, but we also want them to remember it, because in my experience, it has happened that children who go for ziyarat tend to forget almost everything within a year. Even a year goes by, they forget everything that they have done or they have places they have been to. They don't remember those things. And parents spend a lot of money to take children to ziyarat in order for them to have an experience, and an experience that would really have an influence in their lives for many years to come. And we saw that if the influence is not going to last long, it's not useful. So what we did is that we created a scrapbook where kids and youngsters will do different things at different places and hold something from that place as a memory in this book that will help them to remember all the things that they have done and to remember those places and help in making the influence of ziyarat last longer. So this is a scrapbook that we are going to be giving for every youngster who is coming under the age of 18. All right, let's start our journey. So this is what you get before we leave, what you need to do, and what you're going to get before we leave. So we start our journey. You know, you get yourself, make sure you're packed, you get all the things that you need. Make sure your luggage is not overweight. And when you come to the airport, then you just go on with your flight. Your visa is there, and make sure you have your passport and visa with you. Make sure you have your printed itinerary with you, because we're going to the Middle East. Some places, you know, they need to see the printed itinerary for you to enter the airport. So make sure you have your printed itinerary with you. And then when you get there to the airport, just go on the flight and you will reach there. Now, once we reach Medina, because we are going to be beginning with Medina, there's some of you who are beginning with Jeddah, and I'll come to that later. So, and these rules apply there also. We will first of all go through immigration. As usual, we'll go through that immigration, and once we go through there, we are going to pick up our luggage. And once we get our luggage, we proceed to the bus. We'll get on the bus, and then inshallah we will go to Hotel Al Haram. That is our hotel in Medina. This is Hotel Al Haram, and we are going to be staying here. This is the map of the Haram Hotel. The Haram Hotel is a 1-minute walk from the gate, and it is very close. It is at the ladies' entrance, which is very good, because as soon as the ladies enter, they can just go to their entrance, right? The men have to walk around the Haram, but the ladies can enter right away to the gate. As you can see that, you know, from there, you know, we are right at the Masjid Nabawi, and also we are very close to Jannatul Baqi. Yes. Right. All right. So let's come to Umrah Mufrada. All right. We are going to be staying in Medina for 3 days. We'll be doing ziyarat there of the Haram, of Jannatul Baqi, and of the different holy sites around Medina. We will be doing all of that, inshallah, and we'll go through all that. And inshallah, it will be a time for us to remember. All right. So now, let's go forward and go now. When we are done with Medina, the important thing, the wajib thing there is Umrah Mufrada. This is the Umrah that is done without attachment or association with Hajj, because this is something that's independently done without Hajj, because there's other types of Umrah that are attached to Hajj, that you do with Hajj. But this is Umrah Mufrada that you do without Hajj, and it's independent of that. Even though Umrah Mufrada is not wajib, meaning Umrah Mufrada is not wajib for you to do. Hajj is wajib, not Umrah Mufrada. But when you wear ihram, all the actions that are inside of Umrah Mufrada are wajib. So whenever you make the intention for Umrah, it is wajib intention you make. Meaning when you do, for example, the tawaf, it's wajib. When you do the sa'i, it's wajib. It's not mustahab. So don't say it's mustahab. Umrah was mustahab, but when you entered it, then it's wajib for you to do that. For example, when you make mustahab prayer, any mustahab prayer that you make, you make the prayer, it's mustahab, but the actions are wajib. You can't say I'm not going to do ruku or I'm not going to do sajda. So it is wajib to make those actions when you are in a mustahab prayer. Just like that, Umrah Mufrada is recommended, it's mustahab, but the actions that are done in it are wajib. Please remember that. So this is Umrah Mufrada. Umrah Mufrada has 7 things that you have to do. 7 things that you have to do in Umrah Mufrada when you go there. Sorry. Let's start. First thing is ihram. Number 1 is ihram. In order to wear ihram, we have to go to the miqat. Miqat is the gateway to Makkah. The Prophet of Islam has appointed different places for people coming from different directions to wear ihram at those places. And everyone who wants to go to Makkah must go through the gateway, which is the miqat. They will go through the gateway in order to enter the holy city. You see that miqat, these are 5 miqat that are appointed by the Prophet for people coming from different directions. Those who come from the north, they go to Dhul Hulayfa. Those who come from the east, they go to Qarn al-Manazil. Those who are coming from south, they have to go to Yalamlam. And those who come from the west have to go to Juhfa. So people arriving in Jeddah have to go to Juhfa because they're coming from the west. People from Medina are going to go to Dhul Hulayfa, which is 450 kilometers from Makkah. So just outside of Medina, in 5 hours bus drive to Makkah is where we are going to be wearing our ihram. That is Dhul Hulayfa or Masjidul Shajara. Masjidul Shajara or Abyar Ali is the miqat for ihram for those coming from Medina. This is the masjid that stands there now. This is where we will make the intention of ihram, and all the wajibat, obligations of umrah are going to start at this point, because this is the gateway. Once you come to the gateway, then things become wajib on you, and regulations are going to apply on you. In Masjid Shajara, we will go there and inshallah we will see. Also known as Abyar Ali, or the wells of Imam Ali alayhi salam, because he's the one who dug the wells that bring about the water for all people who want to make ihram at this place. So this is where we are going to start with our ihram. Wajib things in ihram. There are 3 things that are wajib in ihram. 1 is the intention, the niyat. 2 is the clothing, and 2 pieces of cloth for men and clean clothes for women. And the 3rd thing is the talbiyah. Talbiyah is important. A lot of people, this is a lot of times people who go for umrah alone, these are the mistakes that they make. They will, make the niyat and they'll wear the cloth, right? But they won't say the talbiyah. They forget to say the talbiyah and they just walk out. And that means the ihram is not correct. If the ihram is not correct, the umrah is not correct. Alright, let's start with the niyat. The niyat is as follows. I wear the ihram for umrah mufrada wajib qurbatan ilallah. Right? It is wajib. This is the intention you will be making for every action from now on. Umrah mufrada is wajib qurbatan ilallah. And that's what you will be saying for everything. Ihram for men. Alright, some things about the ihram for men. Men must only wear 2 pieces of clothes. Meaning that cloth, that ihram, which you see the white cloth, is what you need to wear. You can't wear anything underneath. So no undershorts or underwear. Some people have been caught doing that. And if you do that, then obviously that requires an atonement, kafara. Please note that the ihram clothes for men are available everywhere in Medina. We can get it in Medina also, or when we go to the miqat, you can buy it there, because there are stores that sell ihram and are dedicated for selling ihram there also. One set costs about $10 to $20. It contains 2 identical pieces. So both the pieces are identical. It's not that one goes on top, one goes on the bottom. No, both of them are the same. Now, how do you wear it? I'm going to teach that inshallah when we get there. And I'll show you how to wear your ihram. when we get there, we'll have a class for Umrah. We'll go through these things again just to make sure that everyone has the right ideas. To make sure that your Umrah is as best as possible. So let's go forward. Ihram for men, this is how it looks like. You have the one that's tied around your waist and the one that goes over your shoulder. So this is ihram for men. Now ihram for women. Now women can wear any dress for ihram. They don't have any specific clothing for women. The only condition is that the clothes should be tahir. They should be pure. They should be clean. So if the clothes are tahir, then yes, you can wear those clothes. It could be any clothes. Ihram can be worn even if they are menstruating. So even if they are menstruating, you can still wear ihram. It's not a requirement that you have to be tahir, just that your clothes have to be tahir. Now white clothes are usually worn as ihram, although it is not wajib. It's not wajib to wear white. You can wear any clothes that you want for ihram, as long as they are clean. That's all that matters. So for example, ihram for women, you can see these women wearing ihram. There must be an hijab though. Whatever clothes you wear should be hiding your hair and the other parts of the body, just like as you see the picture, because that's how Allah wants you to come to him. Just like he has men wearing 2 pieces of cloth without any underwear, that's how he likes them to come. Just like that, he likes women to come in complete hijab. So let's go. Now, once we wear the ihram, we will say the talbiyah. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka labbaik, innal hamda wan ni'mata laka wal mulk la sharika laka labbaik. Okay, so this is a talbiyah that you have it everywhere. You can go online and check it, and you can start practicing it from now. You can start reading it from now so you get it down. But when we wear the ihram, I will say it with you. We will go through all of these things with you in order that to make sure that you have done it correctly and properly. Once we have done these things, then ihram is complete and rules become wajib. All right. When you wear ihram, 25 things become haram for you. 25 things are haram in ihram. It is really important for us to know this, because the idea of umrah, the idea of hajj, is to pay attention to the rules that Allah has given. This is the acceptance, this is the wisdom of Allah in making you do umrah, is to pay attention to the rules. How much attention you pay to the rules and how much you regard them is what makes your umrah valuable. So there are haram things in ihram. Some haram are for both men and women. Some haram things are for men only, and some haram things are for women only. Let's go through this list. Haram for men and women. All right. Haram things for men and women, for example, using fragrance. No one can use fragrance there. This includes anything that has fragrance in it. So you need to avoid using any sort of fragrance, perfume, or anything of that sort. Number 2, looking in a mirror is haram. You can't look at yourself in a mirror. Obviously because of the fact that you're here to see Allah, not yourself. Wearing rings for show. Now, rings and ornaments must be taken off unless those rings, let's say, are religious, like aqiq ring. It's okay. Applying mascara. Applying mascara is also not allowed. 1 minute, I hear some voice. Let me go back there and check this out. All right.
Speaking.
All right, good. There you go. Got that set up. So, applying mascara. So you cannot apply mascara. Applying lotion. Now this is important, right? You can't be applying lotions. You know, moisturizing lotions, hand lotions, anything that has lotions in it. Even those wipes that you bring have lotions in it. Some of those wet wipes have lotions in it. So avoid any sort of thing that has lotions in it. Pulling or cutting one's hair, getting a haircut while you are in ihram, or pull your hair if you are having a conniption fit. All right, taking out blood from the body is also haram. You know, cutting nails, extracting teeth, plucking leaves of trees and pulling out grass. Well, don't have to worry about grass because grass doesn't grow there, but they do have trees. So be careful not to just, lean over a tree and try to pull those things out, Killing insects. 11 things that are haram for men and women alike. You can't do them there, right? Be careful of these things, read them over so that you know that this is something that is not for you. Because when you do these haram things, it comes with a penalty. And the penalty is severe. The penalty is severe. And it could be up to a sheep. You have to slaughter a sheep for every offense. Now, just keep in mind that if the only time kafara applies to you is when you do these things intentionally. If you do any of these things by mistake, forgetfully, meaning that you weren't paying attention and you did it, it doesn't matter. So don't come to me and say, Maulana, I did this by mistake. So it's by mistake. It's okay. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you do it intentionally, you knew that this was wrong and you did it, then it is a problem. It is a problem. All right, let's go forward. Now, what happens when you do this? Okay, kafara for each of these things. Using fragrance, kafara is, look at that sheep. Yep, you got to slaughter it. One sheep slaughtered. Number two, looking in the mirror. It's haram, but there's no kafara for it. You don't have to give anything if you look in the mirror. Wearing rings. It's haram, but there's no kafara for it. There is no atonement. Applying mascara. You owe a sheep. Right? You owe a sheep. Make those eyelashes look good, and that sheep is going to be meal. Applying lotions, also sheep. You owe a sheep if you apply any sort of lotions. Cutting hair, sheep. Taking out blood. Clipping nails. Extracting teeth. All right, plucking leaves and grass is haram, but there's no kafara for it. And if you kill an insect, then you owe a plate of food to someone who's poor. You gotta feed the poor. One plate of food is owed if you kill an insect. So, these were the haram things for men and women. Let's go to the haram things for men only. Wearing stitched clothing is haram for men. You can't wear stitched clothing. That's why you can't wear any underwear, you can't wear any shirt, anything like that. Just the two pieces of cloth that are there, that's all you can wear. You know, ihram comes in designer wear also. I have seen Dolce Gabbana and in the mall next door, which is the Hilton Mall. I've seen it there. So if you want to go higher grade, and buy one for $70, you can buy ihram for that also. But footwear that covers the feet, it's very important that your footwear should not cover the upper part of your feet. So like flip-flops are okay, just a strand going around, or sandals where the upper part is open, so only like small strands are going around, that's fine. Small straps, not the whole big strap. You can't have those big straps there where your foot is being covered. So make sure that if you're wearing a sandal, then wear the sandal that has small, thin, narrow straps, which is fine, as long as the feet can be seen, right? So it's very important for us to do that. Covering the head. Now, men are not allowed to cover the head. You can't be wearing hats or anything like that. So keep that in mind. Number 4, traveling in a shade. Now, you can't travel in a shade, and it means travel, not walking. If you're walking in a shade, that's fine if you're in one place. Traveling means going from one place to another. So that's the reason we cannot travel by bus in the day, because of the fact that the bus has a shade and men can't travel in it. So we are now forced to adjust our schedule to leave after Maghrib. All right, let's go. Now, what happens if you wear stitched clothes? Then you owe a sheep. If you wear shoes, and your footwear is not correct, then you owe sheep. Covering the head. You can't cover the head. You owe sheep. Traveling in shade. That also requires the poor sheep. A lot of sheep killed there. All right. Haram for women only. Wearing ornaments is haram for women. You can't wear ornaments. You need to take out all ornaments, and whether it's in your hand or your neck or any place like that, you gotta take those off. That's haram. And covering the face, you can't cover the face. So wearing ornaments is haram there, but there is no kafara for it. But if you cover the face, then you owe a sheep. So you can't cover the face. No niqab. All right, here we go. Here are the list of things that are haram and the kafara that is owed if you are in the taqlid of Ayatollah Sistani and Ayatollah Khamenei. I listed these two out so that you can go to it and see it. This will also be in your guidebook. So this chart is in your guidebook to always go back and refer to it also. All right, time for questions, everyone. It is time for questions. You can ask your questions. Either on the group, or let me see if over here. I'm going to open the chat, see if anyone has any questions. All right. If you want to write down, if you want to ask any questions, you can write it in the group. And oops. Okay. Can we get guidebook in advance? Is the question. Yes, you will. As I told you, that the guidebook will be available for you. We will send the guidebook to you with your passports. So we will do that hopefully next week. At the end of next week, we will be sending all the packages out, and we will send the guidebook with it. You will get the guidebook so that you can go over it, and you also have the scarf, so you wear it at the airport when you land. I advise you to wear it in from Istanbul at the airport when you are taking off. Wear it there so we can see you and we can meet each other.
Well, assalamu alaikum. I have a question. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
The question is for ihram. When we are in ihram and we have a travel distance of 450 kilometers, are there any precautions other than avoiding all the haram acts in terms of, like, maintaining wudu or anything else that we need to be cognizant of? Because this is quite a long distance.
Yes. All right. Very good. Okay. Listen. No, there is nothing that you need to be concerned about other than the haram things, right? Because you don't need to be in wudu, right? You don't, and ladies, for example, don't even need to be pure, right? They don't need to be tahir for that matter. So no, we are just going to be traveling. We will enjoy. We will eat. We will enjoy the journey. Or we'll reflect and read du'as. You can do anything you want. You're on a journey there. Certain things, for example, the journey itself, I will let you know that when we are going to go to the journey, which is a 5-hour journey in the bus. So avoid drinking too much liquid so that you have to go to the bathroom, right? Bathrooms on the way are not that good. They are not that good, the bathrooms on the way. So when we are going to stop over in rest areas, we will stop over one time. The driver stops. It's by law. So he has to stop for, whatever. So in that case, we need to make sure that we don't drink that much things, this and that, so we have to use the bathroom. Just take your own precautions. Okay. Can we get a digital PDF version of the guidebook? Yes, you may. I will be sending that as soon as I'm working on it right now in trying to make it right for both Hajj and Ziyarat. So I'm making it out right now. So once it's done, I'm going to put it on the group so that you all can download it and you can see for yourself. Okay, is deodorant also not allowed? Yes, deodorant is not allowed. Deodorant is not allowed in ihram. So for a matter of 10 hours, you cannot wear deodorant. Is wearing belt without stitches okay for men? Is wearing belt with or without stitches okay for men? Yes. The belt, if you're wearing a belt which is not a part of ihram, meaning if you're wearing the belt as a purse, then it's fine. You can carry a bag with you or a belt with you. But if you're wearing a belt as part of the ihram, this is wrong. Then you have to buy a belt that's vinyl. So I would advise you to do one thing. Get one of those pouches and obviously use it as a pouch, as a purse, as a belt to carry your things, not to be a part of ihram. So the intention is important here, right? For the belt. You should not make the intention that this is the belt for my ihram. No. You make the intention that this is the belt where I keep my things. Okay, are watches okay? Okay, the watches, if they're for show, if they're something that people will get attracted by, like an Apple Watch or something like that, then it should be avoided. If it's a normal watch that you get at the flea market or the swap meet, you know, for $10 or something like that, and no one's going to pay attention, it's only for time, it's okay. Right? But if it's a Rolex, if you're going to don a Rolex on your hand while in ihram, then no, it's not okay for you to do that. All right, is there a map of Masjid al-Nabawi? You can get maps of Masjid al-Nabawi online. You can just go online and check it out, maps of or layout of Masjid al-Nabawi, and there are people who have uploaded it. You can find it on Google.
Maulana, one more question. You showed us the map on one of the slides of our stay with respect to the Masjid al-Nabawi. How far is our hotel from the Mecca?
I'm going to get there to Makkah, right? I haven't reached Makkah yet in the webinar. So we're halfway through the webinar, right? So I'm yes. So we are going to go through all the other rules and Makkah also. So we just did Medina, we just reached here. So now, inshallah, the other half of the webinar is about Makkah and about our obligations there. So I'm going to go through the rest of the things, and you'll have more chance to ask questions at the end of the second half of the webinar. Okay, let me just go to the last questions that we have here. All right, here we go. Okay, can you explain once again about our pickup? And since we are getting early in Medina before the other members. Okay, very good. For those who are getting earlier than the other members, right, I will see their timing and I'll let you know directly. Meaning individually, I'll let you know what you need to get done and how things are going to happen, all right? Okay, now for the people who are going to go to Jeddah directly, is there someone who can teach us to wear the ihram? Apparently, no, there is no one who's going to teach you to wear the ihram there, but I'm going to do a special class with you here on the video so that you can learn how to wear the ihram before you go. And Brother Ali, who's coming, has already done Hajj many times. He already knows how to wear the ihram, I should, you know, so he would be good for that. Somehow these audio starts to get up. All right, here we go. Next one. Next question is, okay, so can we use safety pins to secure the ihram? Yes, you may use safety pins to secure the ihram. You may use safety pins. Very good. Okay, everyone, here's what we'll do, right? There's another second half of the webinar coming up, so don't go away too far, right? We are going to go through the rest of the webinar, and most of these questions might be answered for you then also. So let's take a break. Let's take a break, and we have already been through 1 hour of the session. Let's take a break so that we can come back and go there, and I'm giving you 15 minutes. All right, everyone, let's go there and get yourself freshened up so that we can start the second half in 15 minutes. That's going to be at exactly 10:15 my time, which is 1:15 time in East Coast.
11:50.